After the incredible showing of the first 3 Pirates movies, Disney decided they wanted more and decided to bring out 2 more films. Looking back now, was that a mistake? As let's be honest, that ending was pretty damn good for the first 3 Pirates films. So let me ask the question, should this Pirates film have been the very last Pirates film in the franchise? The short answer is yes. Not because it's a perfect film, but because it has a perfect ending. Because it's not even as good as Dead Man's Chest or even The Black Pearl. So what actually makes this the perfect conclusion to the franchise? Simply for the fact that the trio were able to go their separate ways and it work out in a way where people don't hate it and people can go, know what, that writes their characters out and moves away from that main trio which we've grown to love over the 3 films. Jack Sparrow was able to tease the fact that he was going on another treasure expedition to find the Fountain of Youth after nicking the map from Barbossa. After Barbossa stole his ship, Jack got one up on him because he had already stolen the map to the Fountain of Youth anyways. So that made a lot of sense for Jack to go over that way and tease the fact that there could be another film. But I don't think they should have actually gone with another film, they should have just teased it. With Elizabeth, she now ends up on a beach waiting for Will every 10 years, which we'll get onto in a second. But that seemed to be the perfect place for Elizabeth because at the same time, she is known all the way around the world now as like this famous pirate or hangs around with pirates. So she can't go back to where she used to live neither. And she came into the franchise, if we remember, and we go back to the first film, as a powerful lord's daughter. That was it. And she became somebody synonymous with pirates after each and every film, breaking laws, trying to help them escape, and the rest of it. She herself becomes a pirate and adapts throughout those 3 films. To see her end up in this position seemed to be the best for her character. With Will, he ends up being the leader of the Flying Dutchman and taking over that role from, obviously, Davy Jones, who ends up getting killed at the end of this film. This also symbolises the end of Davy Jones. This is why I think that over the course of the 3 films, it is all about the build-up to Davy Jones coming into the second film and then his execution in the 3rd film. I think all 3 of those films are the build-up to who Davy Jones is and this massive sea god, that he was a normal pirate, end up turning to sort of dark ways after those 10 years of wanting to meet his girlfriend again, and she wasn't there, and that's where he ends up turning to that dark side of the sea and becoming a monster. And by becoming a monster, so do people on the ship, and they end up putting a stop to him over the course of those 3 films. That trilogy of the Davy Jones trilogy seemed to be the perfect fit and the perfect end for all these characters. And with Will, he gets hurt in the last battle. And the only way to keep him alive was to put his heart inside the box and commit 10 years of his life to shuttle around dead people. And that made a lot of sense because now his dad was alongside him. And that made a lot of sense because Will then could go on shore, meet his wife every 10 years. And even though it's not the Hollywood happy ever after sort of ending, it made sense because he was living that pirate life anyways, and somebody had to take care and be on board the Flying Dutchman, and it just all made sense, wrapped into a neat ball of what we wanted from those 3 characters. It set all those 3 characters up in different places and ended it well enough where you didn't need to come back and start sorting stuff because there's plot holes here and there's plot holes there. The only story that could continue was Jack's, and I feel that they did okay in the 4th film, but we didn't need it when you had this ending, and they could have just written it off and gone, that's it, Pirates of the Caribbean, done, and you then can make you wonder how Jack would have got on in that 4th film, if that makes sense. Maybe you could turn around and say they tried to fit too much into this 3rd film, or it dragged at points. I think that too. I think at a certain point they did try too much, but that can't take away from that ending, unfortunately. That ending was superb enough to end the franchise then and there and to call it a day. And that's why, to me, this one is a very underrated film. Hence why I would personally rate this film a 7.8 out of 10. But do let us know your thoughts on this film down those comments down below. And in my opinion, I think this franchise should have ended with At World's End, but do let us know your thoughts down those comments down below. Is it the best one? Is it not? Is it one of the weakest ones? Let us know all that jazz down those comments down below. And if you haven't yet seen some of our other Everything Changed videos or movie reviews, then you need to check those out now, because you're missing out massively, because there's tons of content that you haven't seen which you need to watch. Watch those now.